Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, October 11th, and this is recording number 2, tech tool tip number 2. If you saw last week's video about setting up your Boomtown profile, great, please get it going, get it started. If you haven't yet, go back and watch it. It will be there forever. Today's tech tool tip is about setting up a search in Real Scout. Now, if you have not yet set up your Real Scout profile, please send me a message and let me know. If you don't want to use Real Scout, you don't have to. This is just a tool and an option. We have several agents that really like Real Scout and use it quite a bit. The cool thing about Real Scout is that it also has a client-facing app and it has an agent-facing app for you to have on any of your mobile devices. So this is our brokerage's answer to Zillow and Realtor.com apps. This is way better. And one of the pluses is that it doesn't go to any other real estate agent when your clients log in and set themselves up, or you set them up. They're not getting ads, or it's not getting shared by any other agents outside the brokerage, actually outside of you, period. So pretty cool tool. I will do a longer video later just about Real Scout in general. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And once you have a client in here and have set them up and have set up your profile, this is what you should see. If you have not set up your profile yet, it's not going to have a data feed underneath here for you to be able to pull listings from. So I like to have my clients set up their own alerts instead of me doing it for them. But this is the screen that you'll see. Engage clients with email alerts. I just named this client Candace Client. And what I recommend that you do is play with this a little bit so you're familiar with what your clients will see. So make yourself a fake thing to go to one of your personal emails and play around with it. So you have an option to send them automated emails about new listings and price and status changes. This is usually used for buyers. You can set up a market activity alert, sending things about neighborhoods, et cetera, used for both sellers and buyers. And then we have both RMLS and Northwest MLS opportunities or options in here. So I generally work from the RMLS unless I know a client is going to be looking a little bit more north of here at Vancouver. So, and then you can set up a customized welcome message with their first alert. And then this is where you would press it if you wanted to go ahead and customize it for a client and what they're looking for. Or if you want to let them do it themselves, you can invite the client to create their own alert instead. I'm going to go ahead and customize a listing alert. Now the Candace Client, I sent this up to my personal email. So you start out here, and the first thing I do is go into MLS status and select active. Only active. You can send bumpable buyer if you want. And then before you get too far down, come over here and select locations. So we're going to go to Clark. So most of these fields have drop down and the ability to autofill. So I think I'm going to also add Cowlitz. All right. So now I'm going to drag back up here. Again, I have the MLS status as active. Now, you can set things very general and broad, but if you already know that they've told you that they want only a 1-story and they want a certain style house, ranch, Victorian, craftsman, whatever, and a price range, I would specifically just fill out status, location, property type, subtype if you feel necessary, and I wouldn't actually put in the prices yet. Then I would again leave out bedrooms, bath, building area, lot size. I would leave those out because we don't know how many listings it's going to pull in. If you have too many specifics, it can limit what you have to send them. So I start out with a wider search capacity and then narrow down. So property type, residential, we'll use that one as the example right now. You can do a secondary property type to have it look for both. Property subtype, single family residence. Again, you can look for both. I would leave list price blank and all of the rest of these. You can do, say, I want to show you one other thing. So where it says more options right here, if you click more options for any of these fields, you have the choice of and, or not. So if you are going to put in two options for to search for, you should do the more options and make sure it says and. Because I believe it defaults to or. So you can narrow all of these things down. I like to go into the architectural style if I know for certain that they only want a one story. Senior community is an option. HOA association is an option. If you already know the MLS number and you want to send them just alerts about this particular listing and let them get alerts every time it changes, you can do that. If you know that they are looking for something specific and you want this to pull anything that it shows in the public remarks, you can do that here. And then you can put anything about the listing or status changing. Again, I don't put in a lot at first. I like to narrow it down. So let's go here to my more options on county. And I put and then you have to click this little drop down arrow to make that go away. You can do the areas. That's more for Northwest MLS. I'm going to choose to not. Oops, get that off the screen. You can do cities, postal codes, subdivision names, state or province. You can also do school and location boundaries. If there is a different search field you want to search for that's not here, it does give you the chance to add more at the bottom. Schools, features, interior and exterior features, parking total, parking features, lot features, basement, fireplace. So many options to search by. Amenities, dates, open house and photos. Now I always click only homes with photos at the very least. And then you have the option of doing open homes, only homes with open houses this weekend or with open houses, period. And then here is where you would add and remove search options. Now, right now, because I put only homes with photos, I'm now at 0 results. So I need to figure out before I finish this, what did I click that is limiting my results? And it is most probably the one story. So now I'm just going to go hit the X and we're going to see if that updates it. It did not. It took off the property subtype. This is so interesting. Why are we all of a sudden at 0? Searching all listings in RMLS. So what did, at one point we had 371 on there. All right, I'm going to take out the counties. There we go, 9,681. So let's just go Clark. Now to 1,177. That's a little bit better. So let's go back up here to price. And we're going to put in, I'm going to say 350 to 750. And it narrowed us down to 765. So now we need to start putting in something to narrow these down, or maybe I want to, let's see, just for grins and giggles, how many results that changes if we take it down to 450 as the list price. 598. All right, let's sort through this. Let's start at 550 as our base. 353. Okay. So minimum of 3 bedrooms total, maximum of 5. And minimum of 2 bathrooms, maximum of 3. Takes us down to 3. Oh, wait. Yeah, full or half. Okay, building area total. Let's say 2,000 square feet to 3,500. Took us down to 212 results. So now, let's say minimum 1 story. Took us down to 30 results. Okay, a little bit more manageable list that you're going to want to send to your people. I'm going to call this good. And we're going to, number 1, view the results. Just because you want to take a little stab at it and make sure you're sending them what they want. And you can go and click on each one of these. I'm just scrolling down the list just to check and see if it threw in something I didn't want it to. Let's see. Maybe I want to end up taking out a city or something like that. So we would go back to edit filters. And we're going to go over here and down into locations, city. We're going to say I'm going to take out battleground. And then I'm going to hit more options and say not battleground. That took it down to 20 results. So then I'm going to save it to the client and I'm going to select the client, Candace client. And then I'm going to say Clark County 1 story residential, or no, we're going to say single family SFR, not VG. And then alert schedule daily, explain these settings. Then I always click send a copy to myself, send open house reminder before each weekend. And then here you can click on and off what days they get this. And then hit save. And now that email address, okay, send an alert now with all unsent listings. If you don't send now, these homes will stay in the queue. So now you can send a little message. Let's say, here's newest set of listings that fit the search parameters you gave me. Kind of a long subject line. And then thanks so much. Something like that. So the first email alert will be sent on Wednesday, October 12th, if there are new matches between now and then. So it won't send a repeat of the ones that were just selected. Now, one of the things I know from playing around with this, that you can go and click on the number 20 right here, and you could choose to not send all of them because you could look at them and determine that they don't fit what you already know they don't want. Hit send now. And then if I were to go check my email, I would have a daily alert with these homes in it. So super, super simple. I like to go broad and then narrow down. That's the best thing that I recommend. You can set up multiple searches for the specifics to their house search if you would like. And you can name them by county or type of property. You can set up 20 searches for your clients. I wouldn't, but you have that opportunity to do that. So that is just a quick rundown on how to set up a search for your clients. Again, if you need anything and need your profile set up or can't find it, I can resend you instructions or set you up with a new profile if you haven't done this yet. I will have more videos soon about how to work in Real Scout and how to play with it. Super great tool. Thanks so much to Shanna, our fearless designated broker, for giving us this really cool tool. Okay, thanks guys. Have a good one.